How's it going, everyone? Back again with you as always. This is Bunny Vulture, and thought I'd show you a little bit of progress on the structure that I decided to build. I'm not sure if I'm happy with it or not. I really like the fact that Carpenter's blocks is in this mod, and you can see I've done a little bit of usage around here. You can see this the Carpenter wedge slope here, and I've applied one of the chisel block textures to it. Same thing with the windows here. But what I'm not liking is, I guess, just the design as a whole. I've incorporated some of the same design that I used in my Monster Refugee to Regent, but I tried to change it up a little bit. I didn't want to build the same thing, even though I really like what I'm building in Monster. Weird. I for some reason I haven't translated it well over here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on with this or maybe tear it down and just do something different. I've also done a little bit of changing in here. I've made this whole side curved here, and these are actually, if you can see here, there's actually kind of a completely, angled block here. So these are two blocks, one there, one here, and they're both back-to-back, half slopes. So I mean, it translated. It looked well. It looks well. The textures mesh seamlessly together, so that's cool. They're not like all funky, looking. They're not conflicting with each other, so I like that. I'm just not sure how this is going to end up looking on the inside, so I may have to just tear all this down and maybe just go for like a wood log cabin type thing since I'm in the forest. But I also had the idea of now that what I'm going to show you here is picking up and moving on to a different area. I've explored the cave down underneath me here in my little hut there, and I'm getting a little bit of lag because I'm also encoding the episode that you saw beforehand, before this one. So that's going to be going up here soon. So I've pretty much explored the area beneath me pretty well. So I wanted to move on to a new area and, I don't know, something different. There's a couple new things, new biomes I want to get to, better looking. I'm thinking about building in an origin valley, potentially. So yeah, I just wanted to, see what you thought about the structure, see if you want me to continue with it, or if you think I should pick up and move. I usually, a lot of my builds in the past have been in plains, simply because, well, a lot of people choose to build in plains because it's, more flat and easier to build in and whatnot. So I haven't really built in forests typically, close by one, yeah, but usually in some sort of open area. I had to tear a good bit of stuff down to get the space I have now. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to introduce you to a lovely mod and companion to the cool stuff that you learned about in the last episode. Botania is to move into advanced genetics. This is a very cool mod. You can do a lot of things with this and infuse yourself with a lot of mob abilities. The first and probably one of the most helpful things you want to get off the bat is flight. And as you see, well, let me go out and show you. And pretty much just like if you were in creative mode, is, hey, look, Ma, I'm flying. And it's just extremely helpful, for, well, you can guess how many reasons. Being able to build easier, go around the nether, not fall, just, I don't know, any other reason you can think of why it'd be really helpful to be flying. Why do they have it in creative mode? Because it's super awesome. Anyway, there's lots of other stuff. I've come across another gene from the chicken, which is no fall, which means you take no fall damage. The next one I'm going to be getting is from the zombie pigman, which means you don't take any fire damage. There's one from sheep, which means you can eat grass. There's also a woolly gene, which means I think you can shear yourself. There's a cow, which I think you can milk yourself. I forget. There's, a creeper, you can blow yourself up. Ghast, you can shoot fireballs. Enderman, you can teleport. Yeah, there's just all kinds. But in order to do all this, you kind of need to start with two basic, or mainly just one, really. is you need the DNA analyzer. And in order to use this, I think there's only, it comes with its own power generation, which is a combustion generator. But one thing I've learned earlier on in this, and sadly very after the fact, is to do what I did not, or don't do what I did, is essentially I had 2 stacks of coal blocks, which are pretty much all gone now. I'm down to, well, about a half stack, and that's after I went down and mined up some more. In order to power up, in order to get the bat flight, because it takes a while. You need a lot of it, and I'll show you why. In order to do that, you first of all need to make a scraper, and that is simply a stone stick and an iron ingot in a crafting table, kind of like that, but instead of a block of iron, it's just an iron ingot. So you make your little scraper. You go out and you take a scraping off your animal of choice, and you get a skin cell. And then you take your skin cell, like so, go over here, put it in the analyzer, and it will start analyzing if I didn't have that in there. So it starts going, and it uses quite a bit of power. And as you can see here over on my combustion generator, well, it's going down, but if I had coal in there, it'd be using it up pretty quickly. And you can put a whole stack of logs in there, and it'll pretty much go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it uses it fast. You can use anything that will combust, so anything that has a burn value, you can put in there. But the lower the burn value on it, the faster it's going to go, and it goes really fast. So my recommendation is to, if you have access to the Nether already, which you probably should, if you're going to be going into this part, is to make yourself a drum and build a pump from Buildcraft, and go ahead and find a little lava lake in there. Make sure you're kind of secure. Take a bunch of cobblestone with you, build a little platform over a lava lake, and pump yourself some lava into a drum. That's what I did. I filled this sucker up, came back, and I've just been manually taking a bucket, filling it, putting it here, and letting it go. Boom. Full power. And it's been going. So once you do that, that's kind of the power thing. That's probably what you should do, unless you have an advanced power setup already. I know in the last thing I was able to use my thermal expansion power RF generators to power this up, but as I've noticed, again after the fact, in thermal expansion so far, that there's no conduits yet in this mod pack. There's the dynamos, there's the energy cells, but I do not see any conduits or fluid ducts or item ducts yet, so I'm not sure if those have been added. I think I've seen them on the thermal expansion wiki page, but I don't think they've actually been added to the pack yet. I tried directly adding it, just plugging it right underneath the machine. That didn't work. I've also tried to rotate the dynamos, and I haven't been able to do that. So yeah, it kind of sucks right now. But anyway, this works pretty quick as long as you don't mind, swapping buckets in and out. So the first thing you need to do is build one of these things. So that is a DNA analyzer, and all these machines are pretty easy to make. All you need is some iron and a few other things. So this one is simply an iron ingots around a magnifier, and that's just a stone rod and glass. And to make these is just 2 cobblestone or 2 stone on top of each other. So you make that, you put your skin in there, and you get these little cells. Now that's all fine and good, but in order to do anything with it, you need a DNA extractor. So I've moved these around because I needed to go back down into my mine. So you take your cell, you put it in the extractor, and this doesn't have any power because, of course, it's not sitting next to anything. Let me show you how this works. And you can break these with a pick, and they're not gonna, go back down to some weird form, because there's not really a weird form for it to go back down to. So let me take my bucket from there and go over to here, and there we go. Now I have some power. Okay, there we are. So I have a cell of a chicken. So you put your cell in here, and there's also overclockers for this that you can make, and they're pretty easy. It's basically a regular Minecraft clock and then redstone on either the top, bottom, and left and right sides. And then you can stack them in here and they go faster, but I haven't done that yet. So after you put it in the extractor, you get a DNA helix, and then you got some, big combination of letters. Now they're all random based upon the genes that you can potentially get from this. So basically you have an encrypted helix. So in order to decrypt it, you make a DNA decryptor. And you can look at the recipes when you're building these, but they're all pretty easy to make. Your extractor is iron, a hopper, and a DNA dictionary. The decryptor is same thing with paper, splitter, diamond, wheat, cells, and a syringe, which is just iron, ignit's glass, and an arrow. These right here, these machines, the transmutator, the auto splitter, and the insulator I haven't gotten into, or the cloner. I haven't had a need for that yet, but there's some, and there's also the remover. That's if you want to take a gene away. But if you have flying, why would you take that away? I don't know. I'm not. Oh, the one thing I should mention is the DNA dictionary. This is kind of sucky. In order to make this, you need a book and then 4 cells. This is where your power requirements are going to be coming in real handy, and which is why I advise getting the lava or some other higher form of power, because this thing uses power like crazy, and it's also the longest step in doing this. And to do this, you need a lot of cells. So you need at very minimum to inject yourself with something. You need number one, this one, the decryptor, which requires a book, which is there. You need the extractor, requires a book. The splitter requires a book. The breeder requires a book. So there's already 4. The combiner requires a book. So there's 5. And I think the centrifuge, does that require 1 too? Yes, it does. So you got 5 or 6 books, something like that. So you need 20 of, 5, 6, well, so say 24 of these little cells. That means you need 24 skin cells, and sometimes you might only get, well, actually you only need 24 because you put those 4 around the book and you get your, I guess the DNA dictionary thing. So you make that, and that you haven't even started to do anything. So while you're doing that, sometimes it's pretty hard. I had to chase down a bat and go find a bat in a cave and corner it and attack it to get, I actually cornered it pretty well and got a bunch of skin cells. I was lucky to get the fly gene on my very first try. But sometimes you may not be as lucky. You may just get a bunch of basic genes, or you may get the night vision gene. And so it may take you a while. So you want to get a bunch of skin cells off the bat, or off the first creature that you want to get, to ensure you get a good percentage of the gene you want. And then I would advise cornering like a regular farm animal, either it be a sheep or a chicken or a cow. I've done the chickens simply because I don't have to breed them like you would a sheep or a pig or a cow. They just, they may regularly drop eggs themselves, and you can just multiply them like crazy. I even killed all those chickens down to 2, and there was plenty of eggs in there. There's like 2 stacks of eggs, and they basically repopulated themselves like crazy. So I just, skinned those chickens real quick and used all those cells to make my books. So anyway, back to the process. You put your DNA helix into the decryptor, and it decrypts it into what it actually is. So now it says here I have a no fall gene. So that means I can then take it into this one, the splitter, which we will again take this one away and put you there. I know I'm wasting power, but that's okay. I already got the gene I want for now. So you take your no fall thing in here, and it says, okay. Now, if there was multiple, now if this one said no fall, flying, and basic, you can choose the one you want to do. Now, what you want to do, so if you're going for flying gene and you get another helix that says fly and basic, you'll want to choose the fly, and I'll show you the reason for that in a second. But if you get no fall and basic, you're going to want to choose basic, because you can't combine the no fall and the fly together at this stage. So right now I don't have a choice, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the fall, and no fall, and I'll use this later on something else. But we'll have it do its thing, and then I'll go over here and grab, I think I already have one. Yeah, gene, no fall. So I already have one that's like that. So I can go ahead and start this and show you how this is going to work. All right, so I have my no fall gene right there. So then you take it into the breeder. And then what you want to do is you want to put, I think, the gene on this side. And it tells you right here, this particular gene right here has a breeding state of 0 out of 16. That means it's going to take 16 infusements of another gene in order to complete the gene of no fall. Now, a basic gene will get you 1 out of 16, or basically one status point to completion. The same gene will get you 2. So if you decrypt a helix and you get the same type of gene you're going for, definitely go for that and infuse that as much as you can, because it'll decrease the amount of time you need to essentially separate everything out and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the no fall thing here. And this will take a short little amount of time because it goes a lot quicker. And now I'm at 2 out of 16. And I think I have a couple more in there as well. So let me go ahead and decrypt those, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back, and I have made enough genes here to finish it out. I am at 14 out of 16, and I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of what the basic genes do here. So I got 2 basic genes and 1 more no fall. So I could put the no fall in here and go ahead and complete it, but I'm going to show you what the basic gene does, just so I can show you. So I put the basic one in there, and boom. See how it goes to 15? But if I put the no fall in, well, maybe I should have went a step back, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and put no fall in here, and that'll complete that out. So now I got the no fall completed one. So that's good. So now in order to do anything, I need to combine these guys. So I'm going to need you. And there's something I haven't done yet. And one of the things that you're going to want to do is, after you make your syringe and you've already infused yourself with something, is to go ahead and take another sample of your blood so that you have it. And then once you have a blood filled with syringe, you're going to want to centrifuge it. And now you have a backup of your blood. So in case you die, you can syringe yourself again, and you have flying again. Because if you die, you're dead and you don't have that power anymore. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into, let's see, I don't need the splitter right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of you. Oh, I do get the overclockers back. Okay, good. And no, I don't want the splitter, I want the combiner. So now I'm going to take, let's see, my syringe right here, and take my completed no fall gene, and that's going to throw it, combine the gene no fall into my syringe of blood. And now the syringe is filled. So I'm going to take that syringe again, go back to the centrifuge, and centrifuge it one more time. I'm going to need some fuel here. Put that guy in there. And now it is going to centrifuged again. So then to stick yourself, you just hold right click, and it goes like that. And you get nausea for a little bit, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we're all better now. So let's go outside and test this. Actually, let's go ahead and, before we do that, let's take another sample of our blood, shall we? Okay, now that we've done that, we should still be in flying mode, and we should take some decent damage, but not die from this height. Boom. Didn't die. Let's go a little higher. Okay. And down. Boom. Now we take no fall damage. Pretty awesome, huh? Now, that wasn't the second gene I was gonna do. I wanted to put no fire damage, but this will do because I had it and I didn't have to go into the nether to scrape a zombie pigment and get them all angry at me. But that's basically the gist of advanced genetics. So I'll probably be doing a couple more special genes and kind of creating a backup chest here of my blood. So I'm going to go ahead and put you there, so you're nice and safe and secure. I'll have a basic gene to get going on my next one, And I got a cell of bat, which hopefully might have night vision on it, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in there. I don't need to hold on to yours. These organic drops, I'm not sure you can do anything with these. I think, yeah, so you can use them as fuel. So you can put these back into your machines. Oh, yeah, let me show you how fast something with a burn time of 300, which is the same time as dark oak, would go. So let's see. We want, that's, do I have anything I can put in here? No, not really. Well, would you go quickly? Let's see, I need something to breed, combine, decrypt. Do I have anything to do that? I want to show you how fast this goes. No. Oh well, maybe I'll show you in the next video. The other thing I wanted to show you that's left over from last episode was the thing I told you about to replace your bookcases from Botania called the mana pylons. Now these look pretty cool, and you only need 2. As I had mentioned before, all they take is a diamond per, so 1 diamond, 2 mana steel ignits, and 2 gold ignits. So to make 2 of them, 2 diamonds, 4 gold ignits, and 4 mana steel, which is just 4 iron ignits inside your mana pool. You make 2 of these, you put them on either side or on top of each other, doesn't matter. You can come up to here and let's say I haven't enchanted my legs yet. Oh, and by the way, you might have noticed this in the last episode, I made some mana steel chest plates, well, mana steel armor, I should say. And these are made in the same way you would make any regular iron armor, leather, iron, diamond, same way. It's just made with the mana steel ignits instead. So you take these, you make them in there, and they have the same durability as diamond, but they're more enchantable. So you have a better chance of getting something better on them. At least what I've read. So, well, let's see. I don't have 30 levels, so I guess I can't put that in there. So that's not really going to work. Well, what do I got to do? I got 29. Why is it not showing me? Let's go outside and grab some of these wonderful little things. There we are. And go back to here. And I was not expecting that. Why is it only showing me? I wonder if it's forgetting these are here. Where are they? There they are. No. Do I need the Botania book? I don't think so. I did have that on me though last time I did it. Huh. I wonder what happened. Well, this is odd. Because it's showing... Now 1, 5, and I wouldn't show 5 because I don't have another bookcase here or anything. I don't need that there. Is that what's causing the problem? No? Huh. Let me figure this out and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm not sure what the deal was. I went ahead and just took the mana pylons down from up there and I put them 1 block away, and now all of a sudden when I put them in there, I can do that. So I don't know. I was able to enchant my chest plate, my helmet, and my boots when they were up on the wall, and now I can't. So I'm not sure why that is. Don't know. But that's alright. I can do 30 now. And as you'll see, oh, whoops. I don't have any bookcases around. Let's go for something that looks long and cool, like... yeah, sure, why not? What'd I get? Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, Thorns 2. Not bad. And for some reason, this is like Thorn. It's my first piece of Unbreaking, which is cool. But mobs will take quite a bit of damage from me. Other than my Helm, Aqua Affinity 1, yay. I got Unbreaking 3 on my chest plate, which is awesome. Thorns 2, Blast Protection 4. help against creepers. Now I got Unbreaking 3 again and Thorns 2 again. And my boots I got Thorns 2 and Blast Protection. So I won't take much damage from Blast. And when things hit me, they're going to take some damage apparently. Not bad. And so yeah, pretty cool. That's probably going to do it for this episode. I wanted to keep it short and sweet and pretty much dedicated towards the advanced genetics things. I didn't show you how to remove a gene, but I would think if you don't want something, you can make separate vials of just what you want. If you don't like something, just kill yourself off and reinfuse you with something. Why would you want to go through the pain of removing something? I guess if you really don't like something, you can do that, maybe, I guess. But I guess if you really want to, you could create separate vials of different stages of what you're doing. So if all of a sudden, say you fill yourself up with the woolly gene first, you could take a vial of that and you're like, oh no, I don't really like that. Kill yourself off. Come back and do it and give yourself the flying gene, or if you don't get the flying one right away, because you saw on the no fall one it took 16, the no fly took 28 infusions in the breeder to make it complete. Some of them only take 8, so they're kind of random, or they're maybe not random, I should say, have a set amount for certain abilities. Those are the only ones I've seen. I think the woolly only takes 8. So you may, your mileage may vary upon what luck you get and how many things you got to start out with. But again, I highly suggest, at least if you're having trouble with a lot of resources with coal and whatnot, to get yourself a lava drum. It's really easy. It's just iron, and then going into the nether, depending on what your nether situation looks like, and getting yourself some lava to get yourself some power. So yeah, that's pretty good until the mods and thermal expansion, gets going, and your power situation may be different. What I haven't seen is testing out any industrial craft machines. Is there a geothermal? No, dungeon glass. Generator. Now there is the. Do I not have? Maybe I don't. I thought I had IC2 in here, but maybe IC2 is not in here. I see. No industrial craft in here. We have thermal expansion. No. So there goes that. So yeah, I guess your option in Unstable is pretty much this, unless there's another way to power it that I'm not thinking of. If you've tried it out, let me know in the comments and down there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please leave me a like. It really helps me out. And thank you for watching, guys. And until next time, see you later.